Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Niladri Mukherjee and I am a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. I practice in Mississauga, Ontario. Oftentimes, when people come to me for consultations, I get this notion that immigration to Canada is very easy and that Canada is one of the most immigrant-friendly countries in the world, and hence, regardless of the situation, you could still immigrate to Canada, if not to Australia, US, and any other country to UK. Canada would still welcome you. This is not really an entirely true notion. This is not really an entirely true understanding about the objective behind why Canada needs immigrants. So I thought to clarify a couple of concepts so that before you plan for your immigration to Canada, at least you are prepared what to expect, what not to expect, right? So try to understand something that Canada, so when immigration happens, right? Immigration happens because a country needs fresh blood, fresh young taxpayers to pay for the taxes, particularly if the country is a socialist country such as Canada, where the healthcare is free or being paid from the tax dollar. The education is free, means that it's being paid from the tax dollar, so that those tax dollars need to come. And in a country such as Canada, the retiring population is quite high as compared to the number of people that are joining the workforce. So it is a constant, I would say, worry for the government to ensure that Canada has enough number of people, enough number of young people joining the workforce, so that it keeps on getting taxes from them, so that it keeps on meeting those expenditures for the healthcare, education, or infrastructure that you could think of. So immigration from Canada's perspective is a very selfish motive to attract best of the best brains in the world so that Canada flourishes. If you see, our neighbor at the south of the border, US is a US because of immigration. Like if you look back at the history of immigration in the US, the immigrants made what US is today, and Canada's dream is to become that kind of a nation where everything is in at par with. Now Canada is still a technologically developed country, it is still industrially developed country, but if you compare Canada to the US, because of the lack of population, so many things that are still possible in the US that is not possible in Canada, which is why Canada wants to attract as many fresh young blood, qualified, educated, the best of the best brains as possible to make it competitive on a global scale. So that is Canada's objective. So if you think about Canada's objective for a second, you will realize that it is not doing something for the benefit of you, it is doing for the benefit of itself. Let's just try to think about from that perspective. If you are not among the best of the best, you will not be picked up and choose. And at this point in time, if you think about globally, like immigrating to the US is very difficult. Immigrating to Australia is equally difficult. Immigrating to New Zealand, almost next to impossible. Immigrating to UK, yeah, possible, but in a different way. But if you compare the quality of living between the US and Canada, Canada far surpasses that of the US, that of the UK, because of many external factors as well, right? So if you think again from Canada's perspective, Canada is probably only developed major English speaking countries in the world that is attracting immigration, which is why the number of immigrants that are planning to come to Canada is way higher, meaning that this is a simple supply demand equation. The number of people that are willing to come to Canada at any point in time far surpasses what Canada wants to have. So it can always pick and choose the best. If you think that getting a study visa to Canada is very easy, it's not the case. The number of people that are applying for a one particular college is very high as compared to what it could take, and that would also entails the fact that the number of rejections are so very high regardless of the country that you are coming from. If you just talk about the study visa, let's talk about immigration. You look at the CRS, this is still hovering at 510 and 511, which means that unless and until you have got some kind of a Canadian experience or a job offer from Canada, which in itself is very, very difficult, you will not get a direct express entry invitation. Now, if you talk about PNPs, I agree Saskatchewan, draws have gone a little bit more rational, the points have gone down. But if you look at the other PNPs, you need to have job offers for the most part, right? Which in itself is very difficult. So the point is, immigration to Canada at any point in time is not easy, will never ever be easy. And in fact, if my analysis is correct, I'll make a separate video on the political situation of Canada, which I think is expected to take place in the years in the years ahead, before the next election of Canada, before the next federal election of Canada, and how would that impact in the overall, the overall immigration situation. But as of right now, it is not really easy to immigrate to Canada. If you think from any perspective, whatever streams, whatever uh, immigration streams that you're looking at, it is extremely competitive, and you have to, at this point in time, be it 2020, 2022 or 2023, you have to be competitive. You have to continuously brush up your skills to be able to be in that game. So if you think that, well, my CRS is this and I will just wait and watch, and maybe sometime in the future I will get an invitation to apply and then we'll come to Canada, you never know how the situation will be 1 month down the line, because more and more number of people are being added to the pool every single day. So if you are thinking to immigrate to Canada, it may be a good idea to think about all the possibilities, not just one, right? It's not just express entry or not just student visa, because both can run in parallel without spending a lot of money. If you think about business immigration, don't think that, well, I can only come to Canada and buy say for example Ontario and buy a business. Think about other provinces as well. If you're thinking about study visa, do not concentrate only on either Toronto or Mississauga or Vancouver or all those prominent areas, or maybe Montreal. Think about Newfoundland and Labrador, maybe. Think about Nova Scotia, maybe. Think about alternatives. Have a comprehensive plan, and always have this assumption that plan A may not work. Then what will happen to plan B? Plan B also may not work. Who knows? Then what is the plan C? Well, immigration is not guaranteed. It could also be a possibility that plan A, B, C, and D all fails. It fails for many people, but at least you should have those plans so that you can try. It's not about doing this, waiting for a while, see how it goes, and then taking the plan. Then all the clients that I consult, I talk about many plans, across sectors as to how those whole immigration could be channelized. If you need my professional assistance, if you need me to consult, you send me an email, contact@nuvonation.ca. Shall be glad to have a discussion to be able to to analyze your situation. Hope this helps, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye now. Cheers.